Okay, I'm going to try this again. I've had many technical difficulties with trying to record this. I don't know why. My name is Travis Ellis, and this is assignment 3 for my Technology and Society class. I have selected the topic of personal genetic test, personalized medicine, and will elaborate on its history, its future, and how it could potentially change the world of medicine in the future. Genetic testing is the science of studying the human chromosome, determining through testing what a living being is made up to be. Does it carry disease? Did it inherit disease from its parents? Or is it going to be okay? Scientists began studying DNA in the 1800s. Gregor Mendel claimed that hereditary genes are transmitted in packets that he discovered while studying peas. He based this belief on some of Darwin's own research. This was only the study of something so big it changed the course of human history and saved countless lives. But what else has it done? Genetic testing began to get popular in the 1970s. Newborn babies were tested for PKU, a defect of the metabolism that allows amniotic acid to build up in their brain and eventually cause mental retardation. This test is simple and only takes a drop of blood that can save countless children from a life of hardship. This test and others like it, sickle cell and Tay-Sachs, for example, can also screen children at birth to allow for immediate treatment or preventive measures. Genetic testing is also available for pregnant women. There is a whole host of tests available to test for birth defects, including Down syndrome and cystic fibrosis. Couples can be tested now before they are married to be sure they are compatible genetically. Inherited diseases can be predicted given the chromosomal makeup of the prospective parents. Genetic testing can also help predict certain diseases in humans. Parents with strong family history of cancer could have genetic testing that would help determine their likelihood for developing the disease. Certain screening tests and procedures could be scheduled to help catch this awful disease early in its stages and could likely save many lives. A lack of cancer genetics could save millions of dollars and tons of stress and unnecessary testing for those who are not predisposed. These are all examples of good genetic testing that can occur under the direction of a doctor who is trained and is significant to determine the need for the testing that can interpret the results and the parent's family history in mind. The discussion for our homework today is to discuss the availability of home genetic testing kits and the ethical issues associated with them. Home genetic testing kits can be ordered right from the internet and shipped to your door. Test specimens can be collected by simply swabbing the lining of the mouth or having blood drawn at your doctor's office. The sample is then mailed to a company and the results are available in just a few days online. The testing company is usually very private and no names are used, so it appears to be all safe and reliable. But is it? How qualified are the random companies? Is the lab accredited? Do they meet all the safety guidelines to keep the specimen safe and not mixed up with others, potentially giving wrong results? What will you do if you get bad results? There is no doctor to guide you or give a good interpretation for you. What will the test provide? What if the test provides a false positive? What if a genetic test provides a positive result that isn't truly accurate? What if the parent did not inherit the disease in question and there was an error in the testing? The parent is now under a good deal of stress and anxiety because of false positive. What they do, call you on the phone and tell you this stuff? That would be bad. I'd want to meet with the doctor face to face and hear bad news. They could potentially have thousands of dollars of testing and treatments that would not be really necessary. What if the test returned a negative result and the parent already had a terrible disease and did not seek treatment because they believe themselves to be disease-free? There are many issues with home testing for diseases. The lab needs to be accredited and have well-trained staff to get reliable results. The provider interpreting the results must also be trained in understanding the results. Sending a swab off to a lab you have never seen, to people who do not know you or your family history, is not the best way to diagnose your own disease. Expert advice is needed to accurately order tests and interpret DNA testing. How is the patient to handle getting bad news from their DNA kits without a doctor there to explain the next step of the treatment options? What if the parent never seeks treatment for their condition? Home genetic testing is also available to determine a child's paternity. The mother or a family member can collect DNA from chewing gum, hair from a hairbrush, or a shirt was sweat to use the testing without the man's knowledge. Is it ethical to have your DNA tested without your consent? Granted, these tests may not hold up in court, but would be enough to cause domestic problems. I believe there's a need there needs to be reformation to existing laws regarding the testing of DNA outside of criminal investigations. These home DNA tests can also test for the sex of an unborn child. How would a mother react if the sex of the child was not what she wanted? Would she seek an abortion? How ethical is it to abort a child based on its sex? How would people feel about that? How would the general public feel? I certainly believe the laws of this nation would, at present, not protect that unborn child simply because it is not the desired sex. Technological advancements in this field have certainly outran the laws that are in place. This type of DNA test will certainly be growing in popularity in the upcoming years, especially if the government doesn't crack down. The FDA has plans in regulating the labs that provide these tests, but little has been done since the announcement of their plans in 2010. With the speed of growth in the field of genetics, it will be difficult for legislation to be enacted swiftly. These ethical issues can take lots of discussion and testing, and by the time it is completed, the technology is old and new technology is available, and with all the same discussions again. I hope this uploaded correctly this time. I've had all kinds of issues since this started. This concludes my discussion on ethics. Again, my name is Travis Ellis, and this is Assignment 3 for my Technology and Society class for John Meza. Like I say, I hope this uploaded correctly. It's been cutting on and off and on and off, so we'll see what happens. I'll look at cut half of it off. Thank you.